What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Deonte Burden. Today we're talking about the LLC or limited liability company. We're going to explain it to you, talk about it from an operation and taxation standpoint. With disclaimer, what I will tell anyone in regard to the videos, we talk about the LLC, S Corp, and C Corps. Make sure you talk to some kind of credential professional, i.e., a business law attorney, a tax accountant, to give you the best advice and guidance for the entity that you should use from your business aspiration and also for your personal situation. Okay, make sure you talk to a credentialed professional. They can give you the best insight. Don't necessarily base it off the videos you may see on social media. I'm going to just give you a brief summary of the different business entities, but I would highly recommend you talk to some professional to give you the best guidance. Okay. LLC defined in a nutshell, limited liability company. Members are not personally liable for the company's debts, and it's a pass-through entity. And a pass-through entity means that the actual company, when the tax filing is done, is more of a reporting body where the amount or the profit or loss is stated, but it flows through that. So unlike a C corp where they want to actually get a refund or they have to pay any kind of tax liability, it's more a reporting body. So actually, what's made is sent out to the actual particular members of the company, and they'll take that information to their personal return and report it from there. It's created. Articles of organization are filed with respective states, Secretary of State's office. Procedures and filing fees vary from state to state, okay? Get some of the key features of an LLC, limited liability company. You have flexibility in structure, that means ownership and management, flexibility in profit and loss distribution, and flow through taxation. So in a nutshell, from a flexibility and structure, ownership and management with the LLC, you can actually be savvy enough to say that this person may contribute most of the capital to start the business up, but you have the actual flexibility to say, even though they're putting in most of the money, they may just only want a small percentage of the actual profits and losses because they'll keep the bulk of the ownership of the company. You can change that and adjust that, how much of profit and loss that you're going to flow through and report for them, and how much they may be liable for the taxation in regards to that, because again, you can make those adjustments on how much the profit or loss that they'll be able to take or report when the tax filing is done. You have the flexibility to choose how those distributions will be made with an LLC. Again, some of the basic tax implication, again, is considered a flow-through entity. That means the profit and loss flow through the LLC to the owner's personal taxes. The LLC won't have to pay any income taxes, unlike a C corp. Quick example of that again, pass-through entity flow. You see that the company doesn't pay any taxes, profit loss flow to the actual owners. Two things happen when we get phone calls all the time. People call us, just say, hey, do you guys do taxes? We'll ask what type of entity they have. They say they have an LLC. One of the first questions we have to ask them is, are you a single owner or multi-partner LLC? And this determines on actually how the tax filing is done. We look at a single owner LLC, a single member LLC. You let people know that, hey, that's going to be filed with your personal return on a Schedule E, a Form Schedule E. That information will be just like if you were sole proprietor. That information will be taken from there. The profit and loss will be reported on your Form 1040. You may be liable for some kind of self-employment tax with that as well. So that's how a single member LLC will be formed the same way on a Schedule C, just like if you were a sole proprietor. A multi-member LLC or partnership is filed a little differently. What happens on first is that the actual business will file the tax on the Form 1065. That 1065 is that's where it's listed in regards to the distribution that each owner will receive. The distribution of how much each person will receive from a profit, how much each person will receive from a loss that has already been determined, because we talked about the flexibility that LLC members have. And that respective profit or loss that each member is supposed to get is reported on a schedule K1. From that point, the K1 information, just like if you had a W-2 or something, it will be taken to your personal return and reported on the Schedule E for the profit and losses. When you have that information that's reported on the Schedule E, that information is filed with your Form 1040. And with the Schedule E, some of the self-employment tax will be recorded from there. But here, again, the information, the multi-member is filed on the 1065. Each member is distributed a K1 that's determining that listing their respective profit and loss. That information is taken to your Schedule E with your Form 1040, filed with your personal return. Again, you may have some liability for self-employment liability with that, but that's how it's handled different with a multi-member LLC. For example, again, owners report their share of profit and loss on the Form K-1. Very simple that, because that's one of the biggest things people ask. They'll call and say, I just want to get my business taxes done. But if they're just a single owner LLC, it has to be filed with that person return. It won't be anything separate. But when you have a multi-member, it will be done with the K-1, with a 1065, and each member will get their K-1 distribution. Again, guys, I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Make sure you go to the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel where we talk about personal finance, entrepreneurship, real estate, investing, and business. We have over 700 videos on the YouTube channel covering issues like business operations, business management, business finance. To stay updated with all the great information like we just discussed and all the great information we have coming down the pipe, hit that $ in the bottom right-hand corner to subscribe to the channel, and also hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. Best of luck to you guys. Take care of yourself, and I will talk with you soon.